To Atticus at Rome for Minturnae, May 51 B.C. by Cicero. Yes, I saw well enough what your feelings were as I parted from you. What mine were, I am my own witness. This makes it all the more incumbent on you to prevent an additional decree being passed, so that this mutual regret of ours may not last more than a year. As to Annius Saturninus, your measures are excellent. As to the guarantee prayed during your stay at Rome, give it yourself. You will find several guarantees on purchase, such as those of the estates of Memmius, or rather of Attilius. As to Oppius, it is exactly what I wished, and especially your having engaged to pay him the 800 sestertia, which I am determined should be paid in any case, even if I have to borrow to do so, rather than wait for the last day of getting in my own debts. I now come to the last line of your letter, written crossways, which you give me a word of caution about your sister. The facts of the matter are these. On arrival at my place at Oppius, my brother came to see me, and our first subject of conversation was yourself, and we discussed it at great length. After this I brought the conversation round to what you and I have discussed at Tusculum, on the subject of your sister. I never saw anything so gentle and placeable as my brother was on that occasion in regard to your sister, so much so, indeed, that if there had been any cause of quarrel on the source of expense, it was not apparent. So much for that day. Next day we started from Arpinium. A country festival caused Quintus to stop at Arcanium. I stopped at Aquinium, but we lunched at Arcanium. You know his property where. When we got there, Quintus said in the kindest manner, "Pomponia, you ask the ladies in a wide of a man." Nothing, as I thought, could be more courteous, and that too not only in the actual words, and also in his intention and the expression of face. But she, in the hearing of us all, exclaimed, "I am a guest here myself." The origin of that was, as I think, the fact that Statius had preceded us to look after the luncheon. Whereupon Quintus said to me, "There is what I have to put up with every day." You would say, well, what does that amount to? A great deal, and indeed she had irritated even me. Her answer had been given with such unnecessary acrimony, both word and look. I concealed my annoyance. We all took our places at table except her. However, Quintus sent her dishes from the table which she declined. In short, I thought I never saw anything better tempted than my brother, or crosser than your sister. And there were many particulars which I omit, which raised my bile more than they did that of Quintus himself. I then went on to Aquinium. Quintus stopped at Arcanium, and joined me earlier the next day at Aquinium. He told me that she had refused to sleep with him, and when on the point of leaving, she behaved just as I had seen her. Need I say more? You may tell her herself that in my judgment she showed a marked want of kindness on that day. I've told you the story at greater length perhaps than was necessary to conceive you that you, too, have something to do in the way of giving instruction and advice. There only remains for me to beg you to complete all my commissions before leaving town, to give Pontinus a push and make him start, to let me know as soon as you have left town, and to believe that, by heaven, there's nothing I love and find more pleasure in than yourself. I say a most affectionate good-bye to that best man of me, Atticus at Minturnae, to whom I wish you would remark in the course of conversation that I have mentioned him in my letter.